Did you hear about what happened with Remington and Sandy Hook? You heard about that? So let me read this story. Pretty interesting what happened here. So what story is it on? Number 3? Okay, here we go. So Sandy Hook family settled with Remington, making first-time gun maker held liable for mass shooting. This is an ABC News story. Remington Arms agreed Tuesday to settle liability claims from the families of 5 adults and 4 children killed in a massacre of Sandy Hook Elementary School, according to a new court filing, marking the first time a gun manufacturer had been held accountable for mass shooting in the U.S. Remington agreed to pay the families $73 million. Thoughts?
Really, I'm worried about what this is going to lead to for the lawsuits against future lawsuits and settlements from gun manufacturers. This could be the first step in truly wiping out the Second Amendment in the United States. I get worried about the precedent that this sets.
Why would Remington agree, though?
They must have made the calculation that if they go to the courts and that they would lose even bigger. But it's a slippery slope when you start going down that path to hold manufacturers accountable for horrific murders of kids.
But they didn't. They just sold it, right? Because it says the families argued Remington negligently entrusted to civilian consumers an assault style rifle that is suitable for use only by military and law enforcement personnel and violated the Connecticut Unfair Trade Practices Act through the sale or wrongful marketing of the rifle.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think is what's interesting is they really jumped on the marketing component. They used the word. So here's the deal. They said marketing weapons of war directly to young people known to have strong fascination with firearms is reckless, and too many families know deadly conduct. Using marketing to convey that a person is more powerful and more masculine by using a particular type or brand of firearm is deeply irresponsible. And then that's what you talked about, the Connecticut Unfair Trade Practices through the sale or wrongful marketing of the rifle. They keep using that term.
But that's
marketing.
fine. Let's use the word marketing. But then that means you have to go sue every movie that had a gun in it that a kid watched. You have to go sue every rapper
for making G.I. Joes.
Yeah,
go get 50 Cent.
Go sue every rapper that talks about Cap, that talks about also. I mean,
So why would Remington settle?
That's exactly the
You know?
question.
Because if they went to court, they would have lost everything.
but I get
But
that
why
part.
would they lose that part?
No,
you get jurors in there, and you're talking about kids that were killed, and so you get a jury together. It doesn't matter where in the country, people get really uncomfortable, rightfully so, when they see something horrific like that. But the precedent that's being set here, I mean, I saw that first thing I thought was Second Amendment is cooked. They're going to basically wipe out domestic gun manufacturers.
First of all, what you do is I'm sorry, go ahead, finish your thought.
Oh no,
yeah. What I was going to say is, so the good and the bad of lawyers is many times you'll sue, and just because you're a headache, somebody's going to settle with you, right? But now, guess what every lawyer is doing? Searching any shootings that's happened in the last 5 years, 10 years, and you're calling and saying, hey, did you see what Remington just got? Let's go. 30% I get. You get the rest. If I get $50 million, I get $15 million, you get $35 million. You up for it? Let's go after them, because they're settling cases left and right. If this is a $73 million case over like 7 years or whatever the amount of timeline is that they're paying, what was it, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, some number that they're paying, this is going to set the precedence for this to happen many, many more times. What I thought about on why they settled is if you did sell guns to an underage person, absolutely, this has to be the case. If you did sell guns to somebody that you didn't follow the background check of that state, yes, absolutely.
But that's not Remington. That's the dealer of the arm, is it not? That's the Bass Pro
if,
Shop or the gun shop.
If a Remington sold it directly is what I'm saying.
But I thought it went through, and I apologize on this, I thought it went through a dealer.
It did. No, it did go through a dealer.
So Remington, I mean, okay, so then why isn't that dealer the person who actually sold it to him? That would be if someone turned a blind eye, if there was some corner that was cut or something like that. But that's not the manufacturer.
Well, let me use an analogy. Let's say you buy a Ford F-150 and, some psychopath runs over
Ford
people.
Escape in Wisconsin.
Sure, yeah, and you run over somebody in a parade, whatever. Is the manufacturer to be blamed?
This is
the car
slippery
manufacturer?
slope. This is very slippery slope.
Whereas 99.9% of people are just going to drive their car and not do that, right?
Of course not, because they're not after the vehicle industry; they're after the gun industry. I mean, this is
some people might say that they are after the oil industry.
Yeah, but Ford's already working to put in electric vehicles. I mean, we're going to have all electric vehicles in California and several other states by 2035. I mean, this is specifically targeted at the gun industry. And as Jason said, they're trying to find loopholes to completely wipe out the Second Amendment.
This is the one area where I don't argue with the families. One of the kids' name is a name I like a lot, okay? I don't argue with the families. I don't even want to wish this upon my own enemies for this to become a reality. So for them, yeah, you have everything to you in that mindset of a parent. Totally get it. I fully understand it. At all costs, for anything that took your kid away, yes, fully understand the anger, the rage, 1,000,000%. Set that part aside. The other side is, if the strategy was ever to go after Second Amendment, this is a brilliant strategy to do, because it's going to scare the crap out of every gun maker out there.
If you're a gun maker, I mean, you're basically looking right now saying, I don't even know how we can be domiciled in the U.S. I mean, we're cooked. I mean, that business is now cooked, because it doesn't matter if it's Remington or Cole or Smith & Wesson or anyone else, domestic gun manufacturers, they have the targets on them now.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.